Alright, if you've ever wanted to punch bad guys as your favorite superhero, you're in for a treat. These are 6 superhero fighting games that totally bring the hype. Let's check them out. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the one that kinda stumbled into the ring like a hungover fighter. So, here's the deal. This game had some big shoes to fill. I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was like a chaotic masterpiece, explosive 3v3 madness. The gameplay, actually really solid. Like, the combat mechanics were tight. It had a surprisingly deep tag system. You could switch characters mid-combo and do some wild brain-melting stuff. If you're into competitive fighters, this game was kind of a lab rat stream. And some characters were just bonkers. But then there's the rest of the game. Where do I start? The graphics looked like they came from a mobile game ad, and people did not let that slide. The roster weirdly missing fan favorites, like, where the heck is Wolverine? No X-Men? And the story mode? Listen, it tried. It really did. The cutscenes felt like a straight-to-DVD crossover episode. So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom, not the hero we wanted, but not exactly the villain either. More like that weird side character you end up liking after a few drinks. But I'd say,
give it a try.
All teams, engage!
Marvel Contest of Champions. So this game dropped back in 2014, and it's still alive and kicking. It's a mobile fighting game, where you collect a bunch of Marvel characters and make them beat the crap out of each. Now let's be honest here, the gameplay is super simple. It's not some deep, mind-blowing fighting system like Tekken or Street Fighter, but for a mobile game, it does the job. What really keeps people coming back is the massive, and I mean massive, roster. Every Marvel hero and villain you can think of is probably in there. Now for the funny part, the grind. This game will eat your free time like Galactus at an all-you-can-eat buffet. That said, if you're into Marvel, love collecting characters, and don't mind a game that's basically a digital slot machine mixed with light fighting mechanics, it's kinda addictive. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. This came out in 2008, right before Mortal Kombat fully reinvented itself with MK9. It was like the awkward teenage phase of the franchise, trying new things, still figuring itself out. So picture this, the gritty, bloody world of Mortal Kombat, crashing headfirst into the clean-cut comic book universe of Superman and Wonder Woman. It sounds like a fan fiction with no chill, and somehow it worked. The gameplay was classic 3D-era Mortal Kombat. You had that sidestepping movement, dial a combo system, and big dramatic special moves. But this time, it came with a twist. The DC roster was in the mix. One thing this game introduced was the close combat and free-fall combat mechanics. That said, the game had a surprisingly decent story mode. This was actually the first Mortal Kombat game to try a cinematic story, which later became a big thing in the series. It's not the most polished, it's not the bloodiest, but it's got charm.
Metropolis will be history.
Injustice: Gods Among Us, the game that kicked off this whole DC superhero soap opera. Released in 2013, this was NetherRealm Studios' first big swing at a DC fighting game, and they came out swinging hard. Imagine Mortal Kombat mechanics, but wrapped in a Justice League comic where everyone's angry and half the world has trauma. The setup is wild. Joker nukes Metropolis, tricks Superman into killing Lois Lane, and Superman snaps. Like, full villain arc unlocked. No more truth, justice, and the American way. Now the gameplay feels like Mortal Kombat's slightly more serious cousin. You've got your classic one-on-one 2D combat, strong punches, combos, specials, and of course super moves, which are these insanely over-the-top attacks that play like cutscenes. The stage interactions were also a game changer. You could bounce people off walls, smash them through environments, or throw a motorcycle at them. Sure, the game wasn't perfectly balanced. Deathstroke with his guns made a lot of online matches feel like duck season. But it was the beginning of a bold, dark, alternate DC universe, where the line between hero and villain gets messy real fast. And it gave us something we didn't even know we needed. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This game is pure energy, pure style, pure chaos, and we love it for exactly that. Capcom basically took the already wild base game, polished it, added a bunch of new characters, and balanced things. Well, kind of. It's still an unbalanced mess in the best way possible. Let's talk roster because this lineup is bananas. You've got the usual Marvel legends, and then you've got MODOK, Shu Magorath, and Rocket Raccoon, long before he was a household name. This game is 3v3 tag madness, and it moves at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Combos are insane. The skill ceiling is through the roof. You can go to YouTube right now and find matches that look like someone is performing a magic trick with a fight stick. The art style? Pure comic book goodness. Bright, bold, cel-shaded madness. The UI is chunky, the colors are loud, and every super move is an explosion of over-the-top effects. This is not just a fighting game, a chaotic masterpiece that we're still not over.
Savior.
Injustice 2, the game where Superman becomes the villain, Harley Quinn becomes the hero, and everyone punches each other so hard they fly through space, time, and probably some poor guy's backyard. You've got the heavy hitters like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and then the wildcards like Swamp Thing, Black Canary, and freaking Gorilla Grodd. They even threw in some guest characters like Sub-Zero, Hellboy, and the Ninja Turtles. What made Injustice 2 really stand out was the gear system. Now, normally in a fighting game, you pick your character and that's it. But here, you earn new gear from fights and customize your hero's look and stats. So your Flash might be wearing some armored shoulder plates, a glowing mask, and gold boots that make him look like he just ran through a luxury boutique. And the story mode? Genuinely awesome. NetherRealm basically turned it into a full-on DC movie, but good. The gameplay is tight. If you've played any Mortal Kombat from the modern era, you'll feel right at home. Every punch and kick has weight, the special moves are flashy without being overwhelming. So yeah, Injustice 2 is easily one of the best superhero fighting games ever made. It's stylish, it's dramatic, it respects the source material. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.